Hi, first grade. I hope you're ready for some fun writing today. Yesterday we talked about the verb be. Today we will identify the past tense form of the verb be. We are going to do this by circling the correct verb to complete each sentence. And this is important so that we can become better writers. Remember yesterday that I told you some verbs tell about how things are. They don't show an action. We change the verb be to match the subject in each sentence. So if it's a singular subject, that means one, we use is. David is happy. David is one person, is happy. She is happy. One person, she is. And then if it's plural, which means more than one, or if it starts with the subject is the word you, we have to use are. You are happy. You is happy just doesn't even sound right, does it? No. What about Grace and Clark are happy? Grace and Clark is more than one person, so we have to use are if it's plural. Now, the verbs was and were tell about the past. Remember when something happened in the past, it already happened? Well, there are verbs for that too. So instead of saying is and are, we're going to say was and were to tell about the past. We're going to use was with a noun that names one. We're going to use were with a noun that names more than one. Very good. Now, let's look at the first sentence. It says, this chick was small. Okay, so this chick, how many is that? That's just one, singular. So we use was. Both chicks, more than one, we use the verb were, the be verb were. Okay, that means it already happened. They aren't small anymore, and we're using the past tense form of the be verb. So if you look, like my eyeballs, look, I see something familiar. If it's singular, that means one. And it's past tense, you have to use was. Singular has an S, was has an S. Just like yesterday, when is had an S and singular has an S. So if the subject is singular and it's past tense, you're going to use the verb was. The dog was clean. Okay? That pretty much means he isn't clean anymore, right? Even though he looks pretty clean in that picture. So remember the S's. Singular subject, one person, place, or thing. Past tense, use was. If it's more than one and it's past tense, you're going to use the verb were. The dogs were clean. They still look pretty clean. Aren't they cute? Oh. Plural means how many? More than one. If it's plural, it's past tense, use were. The dogs were clean. All right, so let's practice finding the correct be verb for each sentence. This says use was or were to complete each sentence. So we're talking about the past. It already happened. The goat blank hopping. So the goat was hopping or the goat were hopping? Look at our subject, goat. That's only one, right? So if it's singular, we have to use was or were. Was. Very good. Was hopping. What about the cows blank grazing? Look at the subject. How many cows? One or more than one? More than one. Cows. So if it's one or more than one, we're going to use the cows. The cows was grazing. Oh, okay. The cows were grazing. Past tense, singular, plural. The cows were grazing. More than one is were. What about number 3? It says the horse blank in the barn. How many horses are we talking about? One or more than one? One horse, the horse. So if it's singular, we have to use what? Was. Very good. You are some smart cookies today. Number 4 says the hens blank pecking at the ground. The hens. Is that one or more than one? More than one. Hens. That suffix s tells us that's more than one hen. And so one or more than one. Which verb are we going to use? The hens was pecking or the hens were pecking? Were. You are absolutely correct. Now, for your independent practice, you are going to circle the correct verb in each sentence using the pen tool. Save your work and then turn it into your teacher. You ready to see your next page? Alrighty. So you're going to use the pen and you're going to circle the correct verb for each sentence. So animals is many sizes or animals are many sizes. Circle the one that is correct for each sentence. Then you're going to save it and turn it into your teacher. So let's review what we talked about today. We reviewed the verb be when we use is for a singular subject and are for you and a plural subject. And then when it's past tense, we have to use was for a singular subject and were for a plural subject. So singular means one, we use was. Plural means more than one, we use were. Then we completed the sentences with was or were by looking at whether the subject was singular or plural. And then you used the pen to circle the correct verb in each of these sentences and turn into your teacher. Now, I will see you tomorrow. Have a great day. Bye.